Hi there, I'm Rebecca Stevenson and I am from Northern Ireland. I grew up in Irvinstown in County Fermanagh and I studied my Masters in Environmental Law and Sustainable Development at Queen's, and I have just graduated my PhD in Law from Queen's. I studied my Masters here and I really enjoyed the course. I really enjoyed the lectures. There seemed to be a great wealth of knowledge around environmental law at Queen's, and so Queen's seemed like the most logical place to continue my academic journey. I was really privileged to be granted a studentship from DAERA, so that's the Department of Agriculture, Environment and Rural Affairs. So that's from the Northern Ireland government. I think the facility is fabulous, the new law school is amazing, but also just the wealth of knowledge that's amongst the lecturers. And there's actually a really good student hub for PhD students. So there was a great network there that I was able to step into and be part of. So my PhD, giving you the very broad strokes, was about plant health protection. So trees get sick too. The famine is a great example of how bad plant disease can get if it goes uncontrolled. And so in the middle of that was a lot regulated by the EU. And in the middle of my PhD, Brexit happened. So that created a lot of new challenges with my PhD, but took me down a lot of interesting avenues for research. So it was very dynamic. It changed a lot from beginning to the end of the process. So I ended up spending a lot of time examining legislation and what makes good legislation and what makes good law and what makes good policy. And actually that's something that I think is going to be really useful for my future career. So those kind of skills definitely have come in useful as I've progressed into a career that hasn't actually revolved around environmental law but is in the law. At the moment, I work for a charity based in London as a policy officer. So I'm actually a human trafficking and modern slavery policy officer, but that's where a lot of those transferable skills have come in useful. So I spend a lot of time looking at policy. I have this incredible opportunity to advise peers in the House of Lords on modern slavery legislation. And I think moving forward, I'd like to continue to develop skills in policy analysis and in critiquing legislation with really a view to make it better and more effective.